You can fire your you have a window right when you bail out of the helicopter where you can fire your weapon. It's quite the thing. All right.
It's about to be daylight.
Well, what about what a waste of time of going up into the sky. And when this darkness comes, it's rough. It's really rough.
Only for a second though. But I'll
It's
fix
like
it.
it's like half a minute to a minute. What's that?
How many of your NVGs are on?
What is she doing? Saints Row DNF. It's a bunch.
I'm back.
To the left. Not that bridge, the other bridge.
Oh no.
How many guys you guys got on?
Lighting instead of optimization model. How many we have on tonight?
Yeah.
There was like 8 or 10, maybe like 12 throughout the night. Not a whole lot, but
Yeah. Just got to post it a little earlier.
yeah. So we'll do another one tomorrow, probably about the same time.
Yeah, I just had some game sessions planned, and then I saw you post it up, and I was like, ah, crap.
When? It was posted yesterday.
Did you see that? That was awesome.
Freaking bumper cars with helicopters. Yeah, the game has a kind of a Warhawk-esque feel to it.
Is that Warhawk? That's like an older
Warhawk.
game, isn't it?
PlayStation 3 game. It was awesome. So
It
awesome.
looks like it needs a legit game mode. Right now, we're just kind of messing around.
You're just doing Battlefield.
Well, I wanted to see if everybody would be able to load in with with this much larger play area. I think I can actually expand it a lot further, but just basically just getting like a sandbox set up.
Yeah.
Oh
that'd
my
be cool to have,
gosh,
like 100 people in there.
what's that?
That'd be cool to have 100 people in there. That'd be rad.
Can
Yeah,
I do that with this?
if we could get them, I'm gonna sit. Gosh, don't do that. Don't do that. Oh, if we get away from him, he's causing trouble. If we get
Look! I can drive now.
I blame Stealthy.
Is that it?
It's blown up, so it should be invincible.
if we do
Is
a
that it?
I'm gonna set this up as like a persistent server.
Yeah, that would be cool. when it's
Not just by itself, but like we'll have game modes in
You're
here.
gonna-
Like probably do like a revolving game mode setup to where like this server will be running persistently, and it won't have like rounds, so to speak, and we'll be able to people will be able to just come in and play, and there'll be there could be people in here and may not and then also have the other game
Oh,
modes
that's not what I wanted.
stand
That's
alone
not
from
the
this
right
one.
control.
So we could do different game modes with this map, but also I just want to kind of leave it running so it's kind of got like a single player feel to it, so people can come in and like play around and.
It's one big world.
Right, yeah.
It's gonna be
something like
really
that.
cool.
I think I could add a whole nother landscape on top of this one and just do like a big 60 or 90 square mile area.
I love
This
the
is
ambition.
This is approximately 30 square miles with the water. There's a lot of empty areas, obviously, but not the landmass together. But so with the new, there's the other
There
island
we
over there is
go.
pretty barren. There's nothing on it yet.
Where are you? Where'd you go?
But nobody said they crashed or anything, so that's
Where'd
good.
you go?
I'm up on the hill.
Do you see me under the helicopter?
Yeah, you're like in prone.
I'm gonna land on the hill and see what happens. Where'd you go? This is not a good landing spot.
Here.
Will you wrap that up into your room?
Oh, where am I?
Pick me up.
I'm under the map.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am under the map.
You're crawling. You crouch.
Yes, but for me, I'm under the map.
Ah, shoot! Just breaking everything.
Now I'm
Yeah,
swimming.
Stealthy, the voices were kind of quiet.
Sorry?
Said Stealthy, the voices were kind of quiet.
Now I'm drowning. to
On
death.
what? Oh, the podcast? That is you, Ditch, huh? I'm saying.
Yeah, the voices
Can
were
you
a
kill
little
me?
bit quiet.
I raised them up by X2,
Yeah.
and I'm like, should I do it by X3?
Where you
You
at?
gotta kill me. I can't swim all the way back to
But
shore.
I know how to do it right next time. There was a problem with my OBD recorder, so I had to use the NVIDIA recorder for the voices there. Because there was an echo.
Yeah, I heard that echo come in every now and then.
I don't see you
Yeah.
anymore.
It'll be more solid going forward. It's been a long time since I podcast.
That's cool.
Swimming to the shore. We'll see. Maybe my game's synced up and I'm underground.
You ran off. You're.
I'm climbing back up where I fell through the map, and we're gonna see if I can climb past the surface of the map and back into the map.
I'm gonna do a. I'm gonna do a
Help.
setup. I'm gonna do a
Help.
setup that just detects this key spam, and then I'm just gonna kick you out of the game next time.
I can manipulate it so there's no keys. Oh, I did it! I got out. I'm back up on the map.
You're in the map.
I'm back I'm on the surface again.
It lets you through the landscape.
Yes.
That looks good, HCS. That's looking good, man.
Thank you. Yeah, it's still needs a lot of work, but just want to
That's
get
cool.
a big map set up just in case there's not a lot of people playing. So there's something to do.
Can you add bots in?
Yeah, for sure.
I'm gonna blow this up.
If
need
you
to
have
get to
like
that point.
objective,
Bang.
Just an idea, you know what I mean? You want to get 100 people in there, put like 50 bots in there.
Yeah, definitely. I have some bots. They're just kind of stupid right now. They don't have a lot of. They don't really react.
or
A
some
lot of
objective
people really start
Oh.
trashing on the stupid bot. So I don't know if it's good to put them in or not. Until I
Yeah,
can
it's
get them.
good. I mean, pop in, you're waiting for
reactors.
people to join. It's nice to have them while you're waiting for people.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's something I'll probably try to get in there sooner than later.
Where'd you go?
I am over here
just-
by the runway still.
We have just
there you
enough time to go up
I
to
got
the
to take
sky.
off, guys. You guys have a good one.
You too.
later.
Good night. What is that you, that black dot over there? I can't tell. I see tracers, but I don't see a body. I don't know.
Yeah, I was gonna mention, I don't know if you played Modern Warfare DMZ. So they just drop into a map and it has a bunch of objectives you can activate. I'm not saying copy it 1-to-1, but something to do if you're just jumping into like a free roam.
Hold on a second. You said there's a bunch of objectives and you can just.
Yeah, like if you're grouped with a 4-player squad, you can activate an objective and then you guys just go to and do it. And you'll get like money, XP, some loot to take back with you out of the game if you want to jump in another.
That's cool. Yeah, I've modeled up some some small loot items that I'm gonna add in eventually. I left them over there by the refuel point. I got some cash, so I want to have like some objectives where people can earn money and stuff.
It sounds like your
eventually, like,
game's already made.
Have an in-game economy. Nothing crazy, but
Alright.
I have to be able to spend the time to set it all up though. So just doing the map alone has been a lot of work.
Oh yeah,
by itself.
eventually you'll get there little by little.
All this is just so much work for one person. So I get overwhelmed a lot.
The
I have
way
to, like-
DMZ works, actually, if you die, you lose your loot, you lose your character. If you dive into the map with your loot, and you die, you lose it. So then you gotta
Oh,
make a new
this-
character and try to.
Isn't
Get
that
back
exactly
up
what we were
there.
trying to do?
Yeah, so I think that's we were talking about doing like some kind of like extraction mode, maybe for like single player stuff, or like maybe just like smaller player counts, and maybe start at this island, like the very beginning, this at the point over there by the pad, and then loot your way across the islands, and then each island gets progressively harder as you get to the end, and then you can extract with your stuff. Typical extraction mode, I guess, but
Yeah.
maybe
people
just
love-
span across just span across the map, and then have a single life setup. So if you die, you get bounced out of the server, and you lose all your gear. So that'll give people like something to do.
Yeah, and make it challenging. Like if you're gonna dive in, just you gotta be cautious with the open world.
Yeah, maybe not put like any vehicles in for like the first, have like sparingly placed vehicles throughout the map.
Yeah, that makes sense. But you never want anyone too stranded. But I mean, people play a
Yeah.
lot of simulators. They'll walk to the next point.
Yeah, maybe like start them off like where they have to like basically navigate to the next point by walking, running, and stuff. Because then I want to put some stamina stuff, and so you're not just full on sprinting the whole time. And then you have weight penalties for your gear, and then like maybe come
It's not-
across vehicles, and then you can start getting into vehicles, and then you can start picking up larger items, and then you have to decide: do I move all these large items across the whole map, or do I just take small stuff with me? Because the more stuff you have to move, the slower you are, and the more easy you are to be killed.
Oh,
Yeah,
Something to make it
all sounds.
progressive.
And
Something to make it progressively
Just-
difficult.
no worries.
Risk reward
it's,
factor towards the end.
And I want to suggest one more like thing for like quick travel. Maybe have like a grappling hook, like your character can shoot to a tree and grapple to move quick,
We talked about zip lines.
or zip lines. Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah.
I think you
something.
should repack your parachute.
Yeah, I mean, that was an idea to toss up in the air. Maybe just kind of the redeployable parachute's kind of silly, but I mean, a lot of games have it, and it makes a lot of sense.
That's
So you
what
get up
called-
to the cliff and then jump off, and you can go further, faster, and so on. So
Yeah, that's how it is in Call of Duty. They got even the zombies mode DMZ. You literally jump off a little cliff, you pull it again, you travel quicker.
yeah, zombies would be pretty easy to put in. They just kind of run at you and.
Oh, that would be sick. Yo, like no one's done it yet with third person that I know.
Nobody's
of,
done
besides,
zombies with
like,
third person?
Yeah, besides like those extraction games, which are.
I mean, they're pretty easy to program. They're pretty simple
Hard
AI.
buff.
They just pawn sensing. They run at you and then they have attack mode. It's a lot harder to get an AI to like react. You shoot at them and it's like, do they take cover? It's like if and what's going on here. Zombies would be pretty easy. I just figured maybe that was like a mode that people might have been tired of, but if they're not,
Oh, it's making another comeback. I don't know.
Oh.
I mean, you could test it out, test the water, see if it intrigues other people. Maybe
Maybe
do
not
like a
everyone.
holiday event for it. Be like zombies have invaded just for this month. Later on, when the game releases.
yeah. I mean,
All
the
right.
way the pace that everything's going, I'm probably gonna have to like more model towards like a live service kind of deal because like I just like I have to just what's the word I'm trying to use? I have to just make sure that I'm keeping up with what people want. If I spend too much time making a mode that people don't like, I have to like keep changing dynamically. So yeah, we
Oh,
can just try it. We can just keep trying different things and.
Make sure the game's working 100%. It's out. It's got its typical mode, the free roam, like you said, and then from there, then you expand. as you see the community grow.
For sure, yeah. So
But
yeah, we
like
can
you've seen BattleBit, like they literally copied 1-to-1 for Battlefield, threw in the same exact game modes. It even feels like Battlefield, just lower polygon Minecraft type of
yeah.
graphics, and it's more successful than Battlefield 2043.
Yeah, because Battlefield keeps fucking with their like formula.
Yep.
Battlefield
I
just did what people want.
like that kind of stuff, but I didn't want to. I want to kind of keep the graphics decent, like more grounded in
Oh,
reality kind of stuff.
wow.
I mean, it's obviously not super realistic, but
I found the glitch and it's easily
I want
producible.
to keep everything kind of the way you see it.
But I need
graphic.
you to. I need to be
If
able
you
to get to you.
if you seen the day before, like everyone was going crazy. Oh, this open world extraction game, and it didn't even have like 1% of what you already have with parachuting and free roaming the island.
It didn't
The
have all
people
that
are-
stuff. It didn't have anything.
The
I thought it
day,
had.
the day, what's it called? It just failed and shut down. They
Yeah,
over,
the day before. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, we
So
were talking
like,
about
look
Yeah,
how
we joked about
much
it all
money
day.
they made with nothing. It's crazy.
I thought they had all kinds of stuff. It
They
looked
had
pretty.
a long time to develop it too.
It looked
and
like it had a
funding.
lot of content in it.
No,
From
that was all
videos, that's all.
fake. That was all fake. It was all like pre-rendered trailers they got a marketing team to do. But when the game came out, it was empty, barely any zombies, barely like exploration, simple missions. It did so bad, like they had to shut down. Like after
I could
what
try
was it,
zombies.
20
I really wanted to try it because I think I could put them in pretty easy. But I didn't know how the community or the people playing would feel about it. So I was like, I don't know. It's
Well,
it's
here's
been
the thing, like
been beaten to death.
these SOCOM people that are coming, like looking at the next SOCOM, they never stay longer than what is
Yeah.
it, 1 to 3 months. And if they do come back, you only have one full room. You want your game to attract everyone.
Where'd you
Yeah,
go?
yeah, for
You gotta
sure.
do this glitch. Oh,
Oh,
great.
whoops! I
I'm
wasn't
never
trying to
gonna be
actually.
able to.
I wasn't trying to hit you, but I did. It was a headshot.
You could be like, hey, we're just testing the bots, but I'm testing them as zombies. Anyone that wants to run this test run this weekend, this is just a test, just testing our bots, nothing serious. See how much people join up and if they enjoy the zombie.
Yeah, for sure.
And
I
then you
think,
could be like
I
testing
did like
regular bots too.
I have a setup for that already. I have some pawns that basically follow you. They just chase after you, and I just gotta put some simple, attack, and they come at you and get some animations where they're like slinging arms, and we can just
Yeah.
drop zombies. I'm pretty sure I could put. I don't know why they wouldn't put a lot of. I mean, I think I could handle a lot of them. I mean, we've had almost we've had 24 people in a room, and the server's just barely even churning at all. So I think
Yeah, I
I
would
think
put a
we could
lot. Like
we could
that's
probably
one
put hundreds of them, maybe. I don't know. They're pretty simple. They're all pretty much the same instance of each other. So we
yeah,
just
and
have to
imagine
try
getting at a chopper and just launching rockets at a bunch of zombies, seeing them flying.
That could
yeah,
be
if
your.
we had a
That could
horde
be
of,
your 500. What is this? Is this 100 people?
I mean, I thought depending on the size of the server, he's like probably put a lot. I could probably put a couple hundred people in here. I don't know. We'd have to try it, but I don't
Where
have
am
200. I don't have 200 people to try it. So
Yeah, but you could have 10 people and 200 zombies.
we have a couple hundred keys out there, but
No one
not everybody.
cares.
Nobody's really participating. So
Yeah, announce it a week ahead. Hey, we're doing a zombie test, and then a bot test. Maybe Saturday the bot test, Sunday the zombie test, and see how many people show up.
yeah, if I
Alright.
do some advertising for it,
So-
that would help a lot. I haven't really advertised outside of the group of people that have already been here, and it's just been word of mouth. So
There it is. Yeah.
when we get more
I-
people,
I found a new
Attractive,
way to
let's
do
try
this glitch. You hop, you press the crouch button a bunch, and then you press get into the vehicle, and it should drop you through the vehicle.
looks normal.
Where is it? Ah, it did the last few times.
It's like you really got to try to break it, which is not so bad.
He won't do it.
We really worked on this, so hopefully you can't. You actually you thought you broke it. You only broke it for yourself, so that's good.
Yeah, but
Nope,
the
there
last
you
time
go.
I was
There you
able to
go.
go underneath.
So you broke it, but
But the
I can't
last
hit
time
you, so
the last time I was
you're
able
only
to do
fooling
this, I
yourself
was
right
able
now.
to do the parachute glitch.
Yeah, you're not in the helicopter. But I couldn't hurt you, so it worked all right.
I'm above.
Yeah,
I'm
you're way up there.
skydiving. Where do you see me? What are you shooting at? I'm
You're right
above
above
you.
me.
Oh, where the
That's
helicopter
funny.
go?
Let me see if I can't rocket you. But yeah, we could try the
I'm on the other
the
side of the
zombies for
map.
sure.
You're not gonna
That'd
be
be
able to
pretty.
hit me from there.
Or just I could just put some NPCs in here and just have them run at you. But I think zombies would be easier because it's easier to have something that just finds you and just runs at you.
That's true. I don't know if people will be comfortable the first time if you release zombies. Maybe start with bots.
Why? What's wrong with zombies?
Nothing at all. I would say yeah, go for zombies first. Maybe if you do bots, then they're not gonna. Then they'll be like, oh, why are you doing zombies now? You're right. Maybe start with zombies.
And we just have to, I guess, just try it and see what happens. But
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to start getting the word out more to some different
my
folks
God.
because
That's
like
true.
you're
Oh,
saying,
it's-
like
make sure everything
it's the
works first.
plague.
I think
Before.
a lot of the guys that came in, a lot of people who were playing, they were, looking for the nostalgia, I guess. Maybe I don't know. Maybe they just didn't like the
They're still
direction I
gonna
was going
get
with
it.
it.
Like, what you can do to. I don't know if you remember GTA 4, maybe even 5 does it,
Oh, shit.
where they launch into the open world, then they use the cell phone to launch up a game mode. So they could launch into
Yeah,
the
we were-
open world and then
Yeah,
launch
exactly.
to
We
it.
were talking about that over the last week. We were talking about having this like as a persistent server instead of like going into the main menu where you're just standing there, your customization screen. You just drop into this map and it's like live.
Yeah.
Maybe like on a single player side, and then like you can go into missions from here. But since you already have the map loaded, it eases the resources so you can pretty much load instantly.
That would be sick.
That was some
and
ideas that we were talking about, but
that would be sick, and eventually they'll have their own house and stuff. They can
yeah, there's
change
plenty of
quality.
apartments here.
There needs to be role playing with.
I don't know if you went in any of the
Sex dolls.
buildings, like all these buildings. I have more. I have a lot more buildings actually, and
Oh,
each one of them's
no.
got like
Oh, no.
50 plus rooms in them. And there's plenty of places like you could stash stuff and hide it and lock the doors and I've got some houses and stuff. Like this whole other island's gonna be populated with buildings and apartments and houses and stuff.
Sounds good.
Was that cool looking?
You went on by way too fast.
Yeah, a lot
Was
of
it
people
cool
like
looking though?
an objective or some goal for playing. I don't know if so there's this card game called Cyberverse Showdown. There's a guy that makes mods for games. He made his own game. But right now I see it dead, and the first thing someone asks is there a single player campaign?
Yeah.
Even though
Yeah,
there's
so-
bots, he just wanted a reason to try the game, and he wasn't willing to try it against players.
And what game was that? Or is it?
Oh, it's called Cyberverse Showdown. It's just a card deck game.
Yeah, that's kind of the biggest reason why I'm like there's probably a lot of people in here like, why is he doing all this stuff with his big maps? Nobody wants to play that crap.
You
But
gotta
honestly,
keep night vision on when you go between vehicles and stuff.
yeah, it's a little tricky. I'll
Like
get that
when you
worked out, but
even when
um,
you take your parachute out, it cuts it off.
yeah, there's some issues with it. But yeah, I want to make a map that people can play around in without people, if that makes sense. So in order to do that, I got to have the environment. So I'm really just pushing to make this environment so that we have
That's-
something to do inside or outside of multiplayer.
But they're gonna definitely love to do co-op with their friends.
So
If you got some type of
this-
zombie-
This map, I might even make a setup where you can create your own servers and make your own rules. Just have different stuff. There's all kinds of stuff we can do with it, but I
it
think
would
the
help-
big thing is just I need the environment and the tools to do it, and then we can just tailor the gameplay around it. Because I could say, oh yeah, let's do all this stuff, and but there's no way to do it unless we have the mechanics built. So
A little bit, and then you're
Or
able
I
to
do.
put
That's true,
Jameson.
and you don't want to get slammed on the reviews if things don't work or they're clipping through the floor.
Yeah, so I've been adding a bunch of stuff, and we'll just get to go through and get everybody in here. I got to get everybody in here and test it and break it, fix it, and we fixed a lot of stuff, especially with these helicopters. We had a little issue tonight, but we got a guy in here who's just doing crazy stuff, so
What?
it helps.
Yep.
But it also doesn't help. It helps, but it's like he's just. So eventually, like people who are purposely trying to break the game will be
Here, I
kicked
got
out.
one
but-
more thing to show you. Before we're
Because
done.
definitely before release, there's going to be an option. I can't
You
hear.
hear
it, but-
that?
Yeah, it's ridiculous. There's going to be an option to kick players out like that. So when people are in the map doing stuff like that, vote them out. I mean, I've even seen I've seen videos of
Once, and
squad
right now, on 4th and 3.
and like bigger games, like AAA games, and they've got people in there cheating and stuff, doing weird shit.
It's
Well,
fun.
there'll always be cheaters.
And
It's
they,
not
they
even
have to vote.
cheating,
A
it's
lot
just-
of times they have to they gotta vote him out. That's the only thing they can do. It's like I saw a guy. He was on playing on squad, and he was like he had like infinite rockets coming out of the sky and just killing everybody. And everybody's like, "What the hell's going on?" And they couldn't do anything about it. They had to vote him out, or kick him out of the game. That's all they could do. They couldn't stop him from doing what. I don't know how he ended up doing all that. He just he had hacks. I think I saw it on like Moy Dog's channel because he does a lot of squad videos.
Yeah, someone will always find a way, especially if it's Unreal Engine. They'll know how to write some scripts and do stuff to the game, to the servers. Eventually,
Yeah,
they're
for
caught,
sure.
they're reported, they get banned. People catch them on video.
It's not even a real glitch. It's just there's just no limits put into the code yet.
No, I think that well, yeah, some of the stuff you're doing, but I'm talking about that other game though. Like that dude was definitely hacking. Like he had some stuff. Everyone's like, "How is this possible?" You know, he just had rockets just raining down out of the sky, and everybody's like, "What the hell's going on?"
Yeah, if it's possible with these big companies that have millions of dollars with, people
Yeah,
watching them.
My
gonna be-
buddy was telling me that they were playing Call of Duty like a couple weeks ago. I saw him at Christmas or what we were doing, some kind of holiday stuff. But anyway, he was like, him and his wife were playing. He said they tried to possess a helicopter, and he did like what he did earlier. He fell out of the helicopter. He went through the map, and then she went fucking flying off in the air and crashed because the helicopter was glitched out, and they were like, "What?" And this is Call of Duty, so.
Oh yeah, there's plenty of cheaters, especially in Warzone.
Oh, they weren't actually cheating
of
though. They
Duty's
just
a
they
mess.
just like
Oh,
the
so-
helicopter just glitched out and like he lost possession of the helicopter and he was like sitting on the ground like looking like he was flying, and the helicopter went tumbling. They were just trying to tell me about it, but they're like, yeah, there's definitely glitches in these bigger games too. I was like, well, that's
Oh
good to
yeah.
know.
When Modern Warfare first launched, I have a few test plays where I caught a few glitches.
Did you
I
make the
remember-
notes for tonight? Because I didn't really record any.
I
notes.
didn't write much of it down, but I was pretty much aware of a lot of them. So
I posted 2 things in the bugs section.
that was weird about the yeah, I had to read it again, but yeah, we're at the map, so I'm gonna just cut it off for the night. But it was productive, I think. I think most of it was working, like except for that one time. Yeah, if we could just keep people from. I mean, it was only limited to a couple of people. I don't know. It's hard to tell what would happen if there was a ton of people in the room, but where he fell out of the helicopter.
Yeah,
Went to-
you got to do a frame test with more people whenever
Yeah.
it grows.
I do need to get people in here to play it though, so that's the only way to know what will happen when there's a lot of people is to have a lot of people. But
Yeah,
we've had matches with 24 people, close to it anyway.
Yeah, but that was
And-
the additional stuff early on.
Yeah, that was the smaller stuff of what we weren't flying out of the sky and
Now
whatever.
everyone's just moved on, I guess. They only cared about a free game.
Yeah, they just wanted to play for free. That's fine, but we got some good information out of it, but I feel like games where there's a lot of like open world areas and things to explore tend to have more streamability, more content purpose, and people like them more. And yeah, so just probably go that route a little bit. Also,
And when you first release an early access on Steam is when you're probably going to get the most players to start.
yeah,
It's gotta
so I want
be
to
a
have
lockdown game mode. Keep
yeah,
people here.
well, that's why I want to do this one. I think like if I can have a single player set up for sure, it's not like, oh my gosh, the multiplayer sucks, it doesn't work, there's so many problems, and it's like the game's unplayable. So I need something that's pretty solid.
Or it's
That
empty, no one's on, there's nothing to do. Please at least have bots. I've read
Yeah.
a lot of those similar.
Yeah, for sure. And that's for sure true. Like it can't be totally multiplayer. I mean even these battle royale games like PUBG, people complain about like they're not matchmaking. They're like they spend 20 and I've been there. I've like gotten into a match and had to wait like 20, 30 minutes for a match and you just give up because there's nobody playing. And I don't know how they have their servers set up. I guess they're like regionally match. I don't know, but I guess the only thing I can think of is just wasn't enough people to queue up a match. So you just wait and wait and wait.
Yeah, and I don't know if you've seen the new big hit right now. It's Lethal Company. Literally, the guy made a 4-player co-op game where they just explore on planets, and they run into hazards. Like an alien can pop up out of nowhere and grab you.
Is that the
spider.
thing where you just go harvest stuff and go back home?
Yep. And you
gotta
sell
pay
it.
off
You
your
get
debt
money.
or whatever.
Yep. And you gotta
What the-
make
I think they're talking about they look like they're wearing like hazmat suits.
Suits?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw they look
So-
super look super ridiculous, but I see a lot of
it
people
is,
playing it.
but that's the thing. Like barely
they
any
like
good
it. They
graphics.
like it.
Oh
So
yeah.
I feel like if I have a string of large islands with a lot of buildings, a lot of things to explore, people can go around and loot stuff and try to make their way to the end. And then like
Well,
yeah.
I mean, the island should be.
And then I can put the zombies or the bots in there also. And it can be just totally single player or you can have, your friends join.
Go crazy. Like make it when it turns night. They come out of nowhere and people like didn't expect it or something.
I have some animals. I want to put like some tigers in there that would like come at you, but I don't know, it might be a little ridiculous. But like have some sounds like when it turns night you start hearing growling.
Though being ridiculous with things.
What's that?
Being ridiculous with things is what makes it like nowadays.
Yeah, I think people like stream it and they're like this funny. They post funny clips and people get a kick out of it. But I mean, if you get too serious with it, then you're kind of backing yourself into a corner. And it's like if you don't achieve the realism, then you get trashed.
Yep.
So it's like
I mean, you could always do that once it's set up, like a realism mode.
yeah, for sure. And that's the way we'll probably have to go because obviously everything's still early, so there's a lot of things that didn't work out. So the more I can work them out,
You get hit
more
once,
realistic
you're
it'll get.
bleeding forever.
Yeah, for sure. Like you do stuff like that where you get hit and you have to bandage to stop the bleed or you'll die, bleed out stuff. But it takes time to add all that stuff. So
You'll find what works and what the fans are into and what grows the community, hopefully.
but I'm gonna have to start getting.
They're
I
end up
need a-
being
I need a-
scammed.
I think the best thing to do is to get a persistent mode, a server that's always running, and then I can start getting the word out to people who want to come in and support the game and they'll always have a game to play. Right now we're just kind of like just running around doing all this weird stuff, so it's not really.
Well,
I'm
it's
not gonna
only
lie, I enjoy just exploring, just seeing what's new.
Yeah, so when I populate that other island, there'll be a lot more stuff to look around at. Like there's a lot of stuff I gotta add. It's a huge amount of stuff, but it'll definitely make it a lot better when it feels like the map is bigger and there's more stuff to look around. And then it's not so calm that everybody wanted, but there's a lot of people who aren't into that at the same time. But we just have to keep trying different things. You guys still in the lobby? Or am I talking?
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm just watching the
sometimes I
Lions versus Cowboys.
sometimes I disconnect, and I'm sitting here talking to myself. But yeah, we'll get some cool stuff in there. It just need to get you know. I don't know. I think if the tools are there, then we can make all kinds of gameplay. If you don't have a battlefield to play on, then there's nothing. There's nowhere to play. So
Yeah, like the closest thing that's like this now is DayZ, and that's been going for a long time.
yeah, they did. Yeah, they've got a lot of stuff in that game. I've been watching some stream. It's
There's
pretty cool.
Arma.
That's
they-
not my interest personally. I get too bored of DayZ. Like that's why
It
I
looks-
never bought it.
It looks fun, but
Well, that's
I
the
can
thing.
see it.
That's why people stuck with Arma, because it was an open source type of thing where you could just mod whatever you want. DayZ's
Yeah,
a
that's
lot
where
more
DayZ
closed off.
started.
You got to run around everywhere too.
Yeah, well, there's this, the Halo crap. You can go, every like town has like a little fast jump and a Halo jump.
It's a big learning curve, and it just wasn't for me for the time I have.
Yeah, it looks really complicated. I watched some streams of it. It looks
That's
kind
why-
of fun. Like
Well,
when you're
that's
just
what's attractive
you're-
to people.
yeah, they got streamers with thousands of people watching them all the time. Just wandering around. It's like, what is the point? It's like there is no point. They just run around and you have to survive as long as you can. And then they start doing riskier stuff because they're like streaming for like 3 hours and they get tired of it. And they start like messing around until they die and they're like, all right, and they end the stream.
Yeah.
But that's the kind of stuff I think people like are getting behind these days. Like something with a lot of
Stuff
streamability.
that's good for streaming.
Yeah, I mean, it's all about the promotion. I mean, I hate it that way, but if you don't have something that's interesting to watch, then
You got to
Probably-
compile a swag bag for the streamers. Give them
Yeah.
some Chinese junk. They're sheep. You want those sheep happy.
But we could keep the smaller maps. I think I'll end up spending more time on a smaller map. You know, getting these smaller maps set up for a
I mean,
smaller.
I like the small game modes.
I do
Just for
too.
more rapid stuff. But you could also have them returned by, like on that main hub island, you could just have like stuff like that take place where it's this for a limited time, this map for this game mode.
Yeah, we can section places off and of the map and do like smaller modes. Like we were saying, like do revolving stuff. Maybe like have a time where it's like you join into a death match and it's like in a little area and then it ends and who didn't participate, they're still in the map, but or maybe send them off to another server to play, but they're still in the same map. But yeah, there's all kinds of stuff we'll do with it.
The map is a sub level. The small maps are all under the big map.
I feel like I could incorporate a couple of the maps into the bigger map. And if I spend more time thinking about it, on if I add another island, there's a couple of maps that would really tie into the biome that I've been using. And I could probably put them in there. But we'll see. Yeah, so I shut these servers down for the night. I'm ready to do something else.
Alright, good talking to you guys.
Good
Good night.
talking.
Have a happy New Year. Hope you guys had a good Merry Christmas. Happy holiday.
Yeah, thank you. You too. Merry Christmas.
Take
Happy
care.
New Year. We'll see you later.